As they promised to us, the level of communication is still high, so we already received the first community weekly post for July. I will run through the main points together with you, and we're gonna start right now. Hi, this is proofSzilko. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to be better at PUBG on Xbox, stay up to date with all the related news and patches, or just watch my live streams, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss anything. Alright, so let's jump right into the details. They start off thanking us for all the feedbacks, and they've been hard at work for the next patch, which will hopefully be released during next week. But in the meantime, they list out several major points they've been working on. The first one is the map selection. Right now there are two maps available, but the player is randomly put to either one of them. But by late summer or early fall, we have a map selection option, and by that time there will be three maps available. The third one is Shanghok, the much smaller 4x4 map. I already covered this topic in my previous video, so a notification will appear right now. If you want, please feel free to check that video out as well. The second point is rubber banding. This is when there's a conflict between players' location on the client side versus the server side. And when this happens, players' position are forced to the last location. The servers are confirmed them at. It looks like the players teleporting back to the previous position, and they're working hard on a server-side update which should improve the handling of players' location and the resources that task requires. Okay, so hit registration. This is a complex point. The first one is the limb penetration. PUBG calculates damage differently depending on where the body of the player is hit, with limbs hits causing less damage than the body and head. This oftentimes leads to causes where a shot is fired and would hit the target's head, but instead of that, it hits the target's hand or arm as they raise their weapon to ADS. So that's why the devs are working on a limb penetration model, but it's not as easy as it sounds because they have to make sure that the new system is perfectly optimized and therefore won't have any negative effect on the performance or the gameplay. The other point is the desync. Players would take some damage after taking cover. This is due to the ping difference with the players and the server. This happens mostly because of the physical location of the two players are different. For example, player from North America is playing on EU servers. The other point they mention is the hit registration. There have also been some reports where shots do not register on the targeted player and no damage is applied even at close distance. Yeah, the problem with that is that it's really hard to reproduce this problem. Therefore, they ask all the players to provide detailed bug report when it happens. So therefore, they can easily replicate this bug and make sure they fix it. And additional to that, there are two more bugs. They need detailed bug reporting from the player base. The first one is the grenade arch bug, which I think happened to almost all of us. This is when you're about to throw a grenade, and instead of the proper grenade arch, there would be just a bubble appearing around your character's head. The other one is the vaulting/teleporting bug, which is in close connection with the invisible last player bug. While the player vaults, they would teleport below the map, and in this area there is no damage taken from the blue zone. Therefore, the players could survive the full game, and if they decide to stay in the match, they could win the chicken dinner by default because the opponent would eventually die to the zone. So these are the two bugs. They need detailed reports from you guys. So make sure you click on the link in the description and submit your bug reports with as much detail as you possibly can, just to make sure we have these problems fixed as soon as possible. So that was all I had for you today, guys. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did so, please don't forget to leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Subscribe for more PUBG content like this if you're new here, and I see you in the next one.